Hello and welcome to Cruise1st Luxury Collections, and welcome to the Concierge Lounge, where you can take a seat, relax and let the world of luxury travel come to you. Cruise1st have been in the ocean travel business for over 25 years and have built up an unrivaled reputation for matchmaking incredible holiday experiences for their guests who like to enjoy all of the finer things in life. This show is dedicated to opening up the opportunities of luxury travel and tailored journeying, seeing the world in true style, knowing that our friendly and experienced team of travel concierges is there by your side every step of the way. We'll bring the journeys to life for you and call on leading experts to get you the very best recommendations. Coming up in this edition, we're going to experience elevated luxury with Princess Cruises as we open up the brand new Sanctuary collection, where you'll enjoy more space, freedom and exclusivity on board two of the fleet's new additions. Joining me to prepare you for the high life is Jo McGawley from Princess Cruises as we roll out the Sanctuary collection red carpet and take you around the world in unashamed luxury, heading in search of Spanish delights, the Caribbean, Alaska and more on trips for later this year and next. Come with us as we open the doors on a whole new way to cruise with Princess.
Step into a world of unparalleled luxury and relaxation with Princess Cruises' Sanctuary collection, exclusively aboard the stunning Sun and Star Princess. This exclusive retreat redefines indulgence, offering a serene escape where every detail is crafted for your comfort. The Sanctuary collection features premium accommodations, each offering spacious staterooms, expansive balconies, and breathtaking ocean views. You will enjoy priority services, thoughtful touches, as well as access to the private suite lounge. For ultimate tranquility, the Sanctuary Club provides an adults-only haven with private cabanas, a dedicated pool deck, wellness classes, and refreshing craft cocktails. Dining reaches new heights with the Sanctuary Restaurant, where exclusive menus are crafted for your pleasure in a setting reserved just for you. So embark on a voyage where luxury meets tranquility with Princess Cruises' Sanctuary collection and create memories that will last a lifetime.
And joining me now to dive into the luxury of the Sanctuary collection is Jo McGawley from Princess Cruises. Jo, it's wonderful to see you again, as always.
Thank you, Derek.
It is lovely to have something brand new to talk about as well, especially something which is such a major treat as the Sanctuary collection, because this is just like having, well, the wonder of a Princess Cruise as it always is, but I know we talk about Plus with Princess Plus an awful lot, but Sanctuary collection is like a rather large plus, right?
It's got the premier package attached to it. So for us, we're a bit late to the party because other ships for many years have been doing that in-ship luxury experience. So with the Yacht Club, with MSC, etc. Princess have never gone down that road. So Sanctuary collection with the new Sphere class ships, ideal opportunity for us to go, you know what can we do that's a little bit special? And we introduced Sanctuary collection. So it honestly is a whole experience, the well-being, the personalisation, the whole thought process into what we can deliver to our guests to give them an even better holiday experience has been phenomenal.
And again, the great thing is we're talking about the new ships, so the Sun Princess that is out there already and the soon-to-be Star as well. So it's a completely new experience on this completely new class of Princess ship.
It is. So, and again, when Star comes out, she's going to have the benefit of being on sale for the whole of the time she's actually been out there in the market, whereas Sun came late. So it's only been available to book since October on Sun Princess. But it's all those little touches like having your own dining restaurant just for you guests. But what I think Princess have done really nicely, we've not just made it people that go into suites. We've opened it up so that if you can only afford a deluxe balcony, we want you to come and take advantage of Sanctuary collections. So we've actually started a deluxe balcony.
And the brilliant thing about that is that this kind of lifestyle that you live in, this kind of ship within a ship sort of concept, is highly compelling as well, isn't it? Once you do it once, I know you're in the early stages right now, it only started in October, but I'm sure the feedback already is like, okay, we'll be doing this all the time.
So I was lucky enough in September to test run some of the elements on my own personal holiday.
It's a tough gig.
How do I go back now, Derek? How do I go back to a normal holiday now I've had a taste of that Sanctuary collection? And I'll be honest, it is that private access to the Sanctuary up on top deck. You've got your own elevator. You will have your own Sanctuary Collection medallion so that everyone knows that you are Sanctuary Collection class customers, and it's a private access. So you go up in the lift at the aft, looking over the wake, straight up to Sanctuary. It's incredible.
And I mean, it's a real dilemma though, actually. I'll tell you right now, if you go to the Sanctuary Collection, I mean, if you thought you already had a tough choice with your dining choices, well, this just blows that up completely, doesn't it?
This is where you look at, and I always say to people, look at all the packages for alcohol, Wi-Fi, everything you could possibly want on your cruise. Have a look at everybody's packages. We make it easy with this. Everything is included. So you get Princess Premier. So Princess Premier, unlimited dining, specialty dining, casual dining, main dining, buffet dining. It's basically unlimited, which opens up that whole experience of Crown Grill. Everybody loves the Crown Grill. It's included. Go as many times. If you want to eat there 14 days on a 40-night cruise, you can go, and it's on us in that Princess Premier package.
It's incredible. Honestly, the only way of showing you this and explaining everything, because even if you are tried and tested, absolutely wedded to Princess Cruising, this will still be brand new to you as well, which I love. So it's like unleashing the most beautiful surprise from the cruise line. If you haven't yet, then just sit back, relax. We will take you through every element of it. As we go, all inclusive, in search of Spanish delights. Now we're going for 7 nights, and we're going on the brand new Star Princess on only her 2nd cruise, which is amazing. New ship, you're on the 2nd cruise. 15th of October, we will fly you over to Barcelona to join Star Princess. Now, of course, she is joining Sun Princess, who is out there already. So Star Princess, we have less kind of footage on there, but we do have this sort of promotional video right now which shows you just some of the delights to look forward to, because for regular Princess passengers, the Sun and the Star Princess are a complete new chapter in the Princess story.
100%. We ripped up the Princess blueprint, if you like, and just, I say, we didn't rip it up. We just took the best elements and then went, how can we actually make this a resort feeling ship? So, and I think I've said previously when we're talking about Sun, I absolutely love the fact that you travel to venues. So you're not just sat somewhere and go, oh, we're in the piazza and there's a little bar over there, international cafe. It's now you go through doors into venues. So it's much more as if you're out in a resort and going, right, we're going to go and try the teppanyaki tonight, or we're going to go to Good Spirits and shake some cocktails. And it's that sense of travel.
Yes, and also, actually, for instance, if there's a performance going on in the Dome, you can kind of join that party and leave that party as you want to. It's less of a sort of, okay, take your seats at this time and it finishes at this time. It's a little bit more fluid, isn't it?
There's a lot more fluidity, and I think, again, because she's a new ship with the Dome and the theatre, and then obviously, as saying Good Spirits, we have cocktail making sessions. There's so much more going on.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually, isn't it? I love the fact as well, there's lovely intuity into the way that some of the venues lead into each other. For instance, you've got your international cafe, which now leads to the eatery, which is the buffet as well. So you can pick up your favourite specialty coffee and then make your way into the buffet and get everything else that you want.
You've done your research, isn't it nice? And I think it's nice then being able to walk down into the piazza, quite theatrically, going down to the centre and the heart of the ship. And now, because the wall, the glass wall that goes around that whole piazza, 3 decks high, and you can see the sea from everywhere you are, it's a real sense of I'm travelling somewhere. So when you leave International Cafe, go down the big staircases, down to Princess Live, back out into that piazza. The flow is amazing. I love it. Yeah.
And Princess Live, which is one of the sort of key performance spaces, it's kind of performance in the round as well, actually, which is it's a lovely way to kind of immerse yourself a little bit more, isn't it?
I think, well, for me, it's the best Princess Live we've got on any of our fleets because she's so much wider.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? It's nice to have that kind of variety. Of course, we know that central atriums traditionally on ships have been like a great gathering place as well, but that's kind of really enhanced, isn't it, on these ships?
Gosh, when I first walked in, I'll be honest, when they said they were going to put an LED screen in the centre of the piazza and they were going to use it was going to move around, it was going to be interactive with all the entertainment, I couldn't envisage it until I walked on, and I'll be honest, it absolutely blew me away because it is almost a 3 decks high LED screen, and it's, as I say, interacts with guests, so we pay deal or no deal on there,
Yes.
and the guests are all sitting around in the piazza. So it's really built into the heart, and I'll be honest, it's created a real beating centre of the ship, where everyone wants to be, because we've now got Future Cruise around there as well, and Shorex. It's all built into that piazza.
And the great thing is there's a number of these wonderful kind of buzzing hubs, if you like, on this class with Princess as well. Look at the spectacular dining room as well, just absolutely amazing. Now you'll be cruising in a Sanctuary Deluxe balcony, so you'll be enjoying wonderful trappings that come with that as well. Remember, it's the 15th of October. It's only the second cruise for the Star Princess, and we are cruising out of Barcelona, and we've got a day at sea down to Malaga, down in the south of Spain there, which is always wonderful. There's a Princess tour that takes in the cathedral and the Alcazaba as well, the Moorish fortress, which might be nice to do. Next, we're off to Gibraltar. Everyone loves going to Gibraltar because it is that little bit of Britain, isn't it? But in the sunshine with the red phone boxes, you're spending in pounds. It's kind of, you know, it's bonkers. It's lovely. Get up to the top of the rock if you get the chance to as well, or go on a dolphin safari. Next, we're off to Cartagena in Spain. Which again is lovely. There's a lovely highlights tour here you can take with Princess to see the Punich Wall, the Roman Theatre, and the very famous castle here. Look at the amphitheatre there. Looks amazing, doesn't it, with the views there. Very nice to do. Day at sea, we are into Marseille in France. This is a lovely part of France if you like your wines as well. Go and visit some vineyards. So much to see and do there. Maybe shopping, or maybe just a wandering day, because it is the last day of the cruise before we then come back into Barcelona for the flight back to the UK. Now, we have got absolutely hot to trot pricing going on all the way through this show as well. And what I would say to you is, if you are looking at what is a much more elevated experience on board with Princess here, one, we've got very special rates right the way through the show. We also have low deposits available as well. On this particular offer, just £299 per person right now will lock in the price tag we've got for you. And it needs locking in right now because it will increase. It includes the flights to and from Barcelona, your deluxe balcony in the Sanctuary, exclusive Sanctuary, club, restaurant, larger balcony stateroom, full Princess Premier package as well. So that includes all of your dining through the ship. So all of the dining that's already included, the casual dining venues that are normally chargeable, the specialty restaurants, all included, which is great. Your crew appreciation is part of that. You even have reserved theatre seating as well, special events, and something called Princess Prizes as well, which I must tell you about. But let's look at the overview of this offer and what is included as well. This is just a wonderful chance to have a taste of, it's already the high life on board with Princess. You know that if you're a regular Princess cruiser, you know how loyal and devoted Princess cruisers are. This, of course, is the new Sphere class, which is wonderful. This is only the second cruise on the brand new Star Princess coming up in October. And really, the coach and horses is thrown at you on this one, isn't it? Just breathe it in and out for yourself and enjoy the rest.
It is, and that was the whole intention, was to offer that luxury experience on a beautiful world-class ship, but just make it personal. And I think that's what it's all about, Darren. Make it personal.
Yeah. And wellness is a big thing, isn't it, these days? I mean, you hear it talked about like everywhere. So how does that come into the Sanctuary experience? In
the food, the drink offerings, we're also going to be doing wellness events up in the Sanctuary. So you might find one morning we're putting on Pilates classes exclusively for our guests. In terms of food offering as well, when I was on board, oh my goodness, we had the most amazing bento boxes that you could order. So it came with fresh salads and sushis and everything that you want. Just feel well, fresh fruit, anything you want, we will deliver up in the Sanctuary collection. But it's just that whole relaxation. Honestly, when I spent my first day in there, I just never wanted to leave. I'd just stay in the Sanctuary for the whole time. That'd be me done.
Well, of course, I mean, the Sanctuary living is kind of, in a way, it's kind of a replacement of what used to be, you would, or what you can still do on a lot of the Princess ships, is you book your day, your morning, your half day at the Sanctuary, which is you know, a nice place where you're served. It's a nice environment. It's a little bit more refined, a little quieter. And this is kind of elevating that to that kind of experience, but just for the whole cruise.
Correct. And I think by making it exclusive, I know that sometimes people go, oh, elite, or if you have this, that, and the other. This is to make sure that we're offering the best service that we can to our guests by limiting the number of people that can access it. So it really does feel like a club.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really nice thing about it. And with only 215 cabins per cruise dedicated to the Sanctuary Collection, if you are interested, you have to snap them up because they're going fast.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because actually this whole, as we talked about before, there is a lot of this ship within a ship kind of activity going on throughout the cruising industry, and Princess Cruises have such a loyal customer base.
We do.
Once you're hooked to Princess, you cruise again and again and again. Actually, where the ships go to dictate your holidays because you want to follow the ship.
100%. Yeah, 100%. But I think that's what we're seeing on Sun and the Sphere class in overall. We're getting a new to cruise customer because she's, and I hate to use the word, she's quite Instagrammable.
Yes.
So we're getting that new land customer coming over to try something. They want the luxury. They want the different offerings that, you know, from the wellness, from that personal touch to getting more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
But luxury, and I think that's what we're delivering this. So yes, we're appealing to our old loyal customers who obviously I love every single one of them because they're Princess through and through, but it's that new to cruise which all of us want to see because we want more ships built, we want to go to more places, so it benefits everybody by trying to get new people on board.
Absolutely it does, and we're going to take you back on board right now as well, because if you are new to the Sphere class as well, you know, it's a new class and it's great to see. If you've never cruised with Princess before, let's enjoy it the very best way it can be as well. So next we are going to Mexico and to Grand Cayman, which is music to my ears. 10 nights all told, starting on the 21st of November. Great time to be out of this country, certainly weather-wise, isn't it? And we'll fly first out to Miami in the States for a 2-night hotel stay there. Well, we'll never complain about a 2-night hotel stay in Miami, will we, Joe? It's a lovely part of the world to be in. Lovely to just relax, kind of get yourself back the right way. Feel the heat of that yellow thing in the sky where we're never going to see it in the UK, and just enjoy lovely, vibrant times in Miami before we cruise, and you're going to absolutely love it. Now, we're in a Sanctuary mini suite here on board Sun Princess, and the mini suites, I was lucky enough to go and tour some of the suites on Sun Princess myself back in the summer. And absolutely loved it. Or actually, just while we're looking at O'Malley's there, so if you love the O'Malley's Irish pub experience, oh boy, you're going to love it on Sun Princess. It's
elevated even further, isn't it? I think because it is much more of an enclosed space, it actually feels like you're in Dublin, walking into a bar, and the Irish singers and the Irish bands and the Guinness and all the guys behind the bar are dressed in Irish traditional gear as well.
And you could spend your whole day there, really, couldn't you? I mean, like you can go in and you can dine in there, you can go and enjoy the crack, as they call it, and the Irish music, or just go in for a Guinness or a beer or whatever.
Glass of wine, whatever you want. Just go in and chill out, as you say. And we do events in there throughout the day as well, so you can find quizzes or games going on throughout the day. So it's a really nice space. Let's
talk about the mini suite, of course. That's what we've come for as well in the Sanctuary collection. So what have we got to look forward to inside the mini suite? So I was lucky enough to stay in a mini suite on Sun in September, and the freshness and the light and the use of the space, particularly with, and I know this is really important to all of us, Derek, how much can I fit in the wardrobe? Absolutely. So the wardrobe space in the mini suites is incredibly well thought out. Yes. And it's in the room, it's in the cabin, but it doesn't invade the cabin, and there are so many hangers. There is glass shower doors in the mini suites as well, so gone is the shower
incredible. Gone is that. We've all been there when you've been and you're stuck to somebody else. It's not good. No. So and also lots more drawers and just spaces for things. Really well thought out spaces as well. Everything has been thoughtfully planned, so the minute you walk in, you relax. Upgrading the hair dryers as well, I believe. I know. Professional salon dryers now. Not stuck on the walls anymore. No. So we've got brand new hair dryers, and they're really good. So no more packing of excess hair dryers for anybody now. Well, exactly. That's more outfit packing, isn't it, for the trip, which is really, really good. Great shopping. There always is on Princess, isn't it? A little bit irresistible. But of course... Can I tell you a very quick question? Go on. Quick story about that. One of the necklaces, in case anyone's just got a spare few pounds to spend, £1 million. Oh, really? £1 million in the jewellery shop for a necklace. Is there a diamond or two? It might be a big yellow one. Okay. Yeah, so it's incredible. When you're just looking at it through the window, just thinking, in another lifetime. Wow. You can dream, right? Well, over a week's cruise, you've got plenty of time
time to
Correct.
ponder and consider and negotiate, maybe. Right, let's see where we're cruising to. We're cruising out of Fort Lauderdale. Of course, we've got our day at sea, and we're in Cozumel in Mexico. You can take an exclusive Islands Beach Club tour to snorkel, relax, or beach paddleboard. There's a zip line here as well. That sounds like a pretty exciting day. Or you can just go shopping. Great shopping near the port there as well. Roatan in Honduras is next, and Gumbalimba Park is here. Wonderful gardens, exotic birds and monkeys, and you can play with the dolphins here at Anthony's Key as well, which might be a lovely, memorable experience. Day at sea to Georgetown in the Cayman Islands. There's a wonderful craft market here. There's the Spirits Company here if you want to taste a rum or two. They also, I believe, do a lovely line in rum cakes as well. So maybe a glass of it might not be to your taste, but a slice of cake, yes please, thank you very much. And then we go back into Fort Lauderdale to then fly back from Miami. Lovely itinerary actually over a week. Really, really nice to enjoy it, of course, in your mini suite as well, with all the trappings that come with that, of course, with Princess Premier included. That means you've got unlimited Wi-Fi, and that's not just for one device. So we've all got multiple devices. We've got the iPad, the iPhone, the this.
And isn't it annoying when you have to log out of one to log into another? So the Premier package gets rid of that friction point, and you can just put it onto 4 straight off.
And drinks enjoyed responsibly, one at a time, of course, but up to $20.
Up to $20, unlimited drinks. Yeah, and I keep on saying this, they are American measures, so know your own limit.
Yes.
Because they are bigger than a British measure. So, you know, unlimited, you could be having a good snooze in that lovely princess bed.
Wonderful. But I mean, that's the thing, you know, of enjoying a mini suite life, is actually spending some time in it as well, because there's so much to do on these ships that you're kind of like, okay, I have this suite and I must make time to spend time in it.
You know what, some of the best times, aren't they, when you're in your cabin, particularly on like a Caribbean cruise where it is so beautifully sunny outside. Just sit on the balcony with a book in the sun, with a glass of champagne, because you can, because you've got the Premier package, and just sit and as you say, breathe, Derek.
Yeah, and this is the life that you'll be enjoying, of course. Exclusive areas on the ship, in the best positions on the ship as well, it has to be said, of course. I mean, that's the whole thing about this ship within a ship concept, is it can't be tucked away, you know, in the middle of nowhere. It needs to be where the best views are. Absolutely.
We've allocated, obviously, the cabins that are the best. So we have 80 suites on board, 123 mini suites and 12 deluxe balconies, so take your pick.
I'm glad you said that, actually, because actually 123, when I know the kind of bookings and the kind of numbers that, you know, can happen in an ordinary day here within the business, that doesn't sound like many at all. And that again ups the exclusivity, isn't it? You know, with this ship within a ship concept, we're talking of maybe, I don't know what the percentage is, but usually sort of 10-15% of the ship dedicated to this kind of sanctuary luxury. And of course, that means much fewer in terms of availability, and they book up really, really quickly.
And they get it, and we're seeing that already with Sun as it goes through. Now we're in busy times, etc. People are booking holidays. We're seeing them get snapped up. And why wouldn't you?
No, absolutely. And good news here, we have got some amazing price tags. I mean, ridiculous, amazing price tags in front of you right now. When I look at the price tag of this particular offer, it's kind of unreal. It's not going to last for long either. This is kind of a flash sale opportunity. So low deposits today, just £299 per person. The whole package, in fact, I'll show you an overview of the whole package. It does include your flights to and from Miami. You have got a 2-night stay there in Miami, then 7 nights on Sun Princess in the Sanctuary Mini Suite as well, which is wonderful. Full Princess Premier package. For those people not familiar, that's full premium drinks package. We mentioned that before. Wi-Fi for 4 devices right the way through the cruise. All of your dining, including the specialty dining and the casual dining options that are chargeable generally through the ship. Your crew appreciation, so your tips, your service charges, they're included as well. And fun things like premium desserts, fitness classes. You decide which one of those is more fun, fitness classes or premium desserts. They're not on equal billing for me, let me tell you. I would go more premium desserts, less fitness classes, but
And a recommendation then,
Go on.
do your premium desserts, but do your photo package, because you get a photo package
Of
included
course,
as well.
yes.
So do your photos before you eat the premium desserts.
Yes.
Thin photos, then you can go and get fat.
Good, you know what? Good advice. Good advice. Because you get a number of physical photos and unlimited digital, I do believe, as well. And we mentioned before, on this package, by the way, obviously we've got the very, very special flash sale price tag on the lead date there, which is the 21st of November. But there's also another date in November and another date in December for this package as well. So if you want the price tags for those, just talk to our wonderful dedicated concierge travel team on 0800 953 4701. Now, Joe, I just quickly, I mentioned Princess Prizes before as well, and people might think, okay, well, I don't know what this is. I've vaguely heard of it, but I don't know what it is. But it kind of can open your world big time, can't it?
It's quite exciting.
Yeah.
So everybody that books into Sanctuary Collection or buys the Premier package in isolation gets entered into Princess Prizes. So basically, your medallion, when you enter your cabin, it'll literally every time, it'll not spin to win, but it will tell you, click whether you've won a Princess Prize. It's every time you go back to your cabin within a time frame. We're not going to have somebody stand on holiday literally going into their cabin all day. Then it gives you the opportunity to win. It can be anything from like spa treatments,
so it can be instant
dining,
on ship
instant
things.
on ships, onboard credit, so you can go and spend it in the shops. But when I was on, someone won a £5,000 cruise.
No way.
Yeah, someone won literally in front of us in the piazza. They brought them down. They won a £5,000 cruise.
Oh my
So there's
word.
cruises being given away. There's cash, prizes. It's all sorts of things just to make. Could be shore excursions that we're giving away. So and then obviously not everybody wins all the time because we can't all be winners all the time, can we, Derek? But some real opportunities.
Just the chance of being able
fun.
to.
It's fun for doing something you do anyway. You're going in your cabin.
Well, it ups the ante somewhat, doesn't it? It's brilliant. Should we do another? Let's do another, shall we? We're going to be off to the tropical Caribbean in December, and we've also got an Aruba and Mexico cruise taking you through the Panama Canal, all coming up. But let's look at our next offer. I can't wait to talk about this one. We're going to Alaska. 10 nights, starts on the 1st of May next year. We're going to fly you from the UK out to Seattle first for a 2-night hotel stay. It's a fabulous city to go and spend some time in, and is really becoming the hub city for Alaskan getaways. It's just a lovely place to be, lovely, vibrant place to be. I'm looking forward to seeing it myself at the back end of this year. Just a wonderful place to be. And of course, you are there, of course, in plenty of time for your cruise as well. It's nice to have a little stay somewhere and see. It's kind of would be a shame not to, in a way. And then we board Star Princess. Again, we are on a deluxe balcony here for our 7-night cruise, and we're on the Star Princess. Star Princess, of course, launches later this year, so you're still pretty much on the maiden season. Now let's talk about these various and quite sizable spaces that we've got on board. We were just looking there at the Piazza. Now the Piazza's actually got stadium seating in it, so it's not a traditional kind of atrium where you're just kind of maybe watching what's going on the ground floor. It's a really kind of immersive experience, isn't it?
And it was built that way.
Yeah.
That was the whole intention, was to bring the people in, draw the crowds. And the thing on Sun, she doesn't have like a dedicated nightclub because the Piazza is it. That's where we want people to congregate of an evening, have some fun, go for your food, go for some dinner, go for a coffee at International Cafe. We actually have a second coffee shop as well in that Piazza space, Coffee Currents, just to make sure that everybody can ebb and flow. And it's just so sociable, Derek.
And we're looking at footage right now of the Sun Princess because she's out there already, but Star Princess will be very much the same here, and needs to be, because actually, I mean, Sun Princess has proved already. I mean, you know, when they say in the big wide world, don't believe the hype, do believe the hype, because actually you already have generations of dedicated princess cruisers are going, okay, what's this? I need a taste of this, as well as, like you say, people coming straight in, maybe cold and have never cruised before, and coming straight into a ship like this thinking, this looks like my kind of vibe.
And then we're getting them. Once they've come on and they've experienced what we've got to offer on Sun and Star coming, we'll see all the favourite. I've seen the pictures of crooners before, just looking at those cocktails. Like I said before, we've got more than 220 specially curated cocktails on board Sun. Star will also introduce some of her own, so each ship has unique mixology.
Let's talk about the pool as well, because the pool's set out in a very, very different way, actually, isn't it? So obviously these ships are cruising all the way around the world, and sometimes weather's good. But for instance, on this cruise, we're going to Alaska, so we're not expecting 90 in the shade, are we? But we can still enjoy the pool experience and feel like we're in the Caribbean.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing better for me, and I did it in Alaska, sitting in a hot tub with a Bailey's hot chocolate.
Oh, stop.
Literally sailing down with snow-capped mountains. It is honestly one of the best experiences I've ever had in your hot tub. In a hot tub.
Oh, my word.
In the cold, but it's just fabulous.
Yeah, no, we'll all just take a moment and just picture that. I mean, Joe's been
Don't picture me in the hot tub. No, just, yeah.
No, just the whole picture of being somewhere like Alaska in that kind of scenario, and that's what this ship opens up for you as well. A whole new world. I mean, you know, anybody that has that outdated view of cruising, I mean, this just blows it away completely as well. Lovely to do Alaska as well. So out of Seattle, we've got our day at sea into Ketchikan. Of course, that's the home of the totem poles there. The misty fjords, you can take a tour there to see the lakes, the waterfalls and the cliffs as well. You can do that on a flight seeing tour above ground or a boat tour, or both actually. We go through the Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier scenic cruising to Juneau. And Juneau's beautiful. This is the home of the Mendenhall Glacier, which is just huge and spectacular. The Nugget Falls are there as well. You can do those with narrated tours as well and get really close to the glaciers. Skagway is next, and you can learn all about Gold Rush days here on a tour up to Klondike, and you can see where the prospectors set up camp and even still pan for gold yourself. Yes, it's got to be worth the try, isn't it? Might get me somewhere towards that big diamond necklace you were talking about earlier. Day at sea into Victoria in Canada. You can take a horse-drawn trolley tour here, which I think would feel rather grand, wouldn't it? You can see all the highlights and the hot spots, as well as feeling rather fancy while you do it. And then we cruise back into Seattle and fly back to the UK. But Joe, you've been up in Alaska, and tell me. And
you said you're going. Will that be your first time?
Yes, next year, yeah.
Once you've been, you're kind of ruined a little bit, because it is just, it's the wildlife. It is just, bold-headed pigeons are everywhere. Bold-headed eagles are everywhere. They're like pigeons here. Literally everywhere. And when I was saying about sitting in the hot tub with a hot chocolate, look to the right and you've got humpback whales just there spouting in the sea and the ocean. It's the wildlife, the scenery, the vibe on board. Talking about the totem pole making, we bring that into the heart of the piazza, do totem pole carving.
Oh, really?
Right down in the bottom of the piazza.
Oh, amazing.
So we really bring local culture on board as well. So we do excursions like cook your own catch. So you go out fishing for the day and then bring it back on, you cook it with the chefs on board, on board the ship. There's so many husky puppies in the piazza. I think that was just, well, it's one of those things. You've had a wholesome day and then you get to play with puppies in the piazza at the end of the day.
I'm so there.
It's amazing. And then we do enrichment talks as well. So one of my favourites was in the theatre, where we had a local guy who came in. He lived right in the wilderness, and he came on board and talked to us all about his life and what he has to prepare for winter time and when things are changing and how he goes out and forages for food. It was the most fascinating, incredible cruise I've ever been on. Yeah.
So kind of you get the best of both worlds, don't you? Because you might think, I think actually, you know, some people have in their mind that Alaska might be in some way a less exciting cruise, but actually completely the opposite.
Totally not. And the diversity again of cultures on board, because people come from all over the world. It's one of those experiences, isn't it? It's a bucket list.
Yes.
So we have all ages, all nationalities on board. Everybody comes together in this just wondrous place.
I was going to ask actually about the profile of a princess cruiser, because actually, you know, if you have cruised for a long time but you haven't cruised with Princess, or you have never cruised before, you might be wondering.
It changes ship to ship, destination to destination. So if we look back at 5 years ago, our average age was around 60. Our average age currently is around 48. So it shows you the change. It isn't just an older generational thing. I came into cruising quite late, but we're seeing that younger market coming through now who is seeing the value that cruising offers. It's that whole, particularly in Sanctuary Collection, that whole inclusive proposition. You know what you're spending before, you're getting the luxury, you're getting the holiday of your dreams.
It's kind of the totality of it as well,
100%.
isn't it? Right, let's go back to this Alaska. Oh, we'll never get it booked, will we? We'll keep talking about it all day. £299 each deposit today will lock in the deal that we have for you, which, remember, includes your flights to and from Seattle, a 2-night hotel stay there, 7 nights of Alaskan cruising on the brand new Star Princess. You're still in maiden season there as well. She only launches in October. Enjoying a Sanctuary Deluxe balcony stateroom with an amazing location on the ship, which is very key to an Alaskan cruise as well. You've got the exclusive Sanctuary Club, your own exclusive restaurant, upgraded amenities, and full Princess Premier package, which means that pretty much all of the dining venues around the ship are all yours and included. Premium drinks included, crew appreciation, so your tip service charges included, and even reservations for theatre shows, for instance, as well, are part of that experience. Plus Princess prizes. You could actually be winning another cruise potentially from being on this one. There are other dates on the package that run from May and through to October in May and October next year. So let's have a look at the overview of the offer. As it is, it's amazing. We need to talk about as well the Sanctuary Club and kind of what happens in there as well, because we want to talk about, obviously, I mean, everyone's going to have the greatest cruise on this. It's an Alaskan itinerary. If you've never been to this part of the world before, I count myself in that camp as well. Just stunning. I mean, it's one of those times when your eyes are on stalks the whole time. But I guess as well, when you're up on the Sanctuary deck, should I say, which is exclusive, of course, when you're in the Sanctuary, you kind of got some plum views up there, yeah.
Correct. You've got your plum views, you've got your bars open up there that's exclusively for you, so you'll never be missing a moment because you will be looked after. Whereas if you're not in Sanctuary Collection, you have to go out and whale watch. Yeah. You could miss a moment going to get that hot chocolate. These guys will sort you out. So your whole experience is just about enjoying nature and wildlife. So, you know, it is a really nice space up there. It never feels big, and even in the cold, you have blankets. So it's just the perfect place on board ship to watch. Do
you know what?
Wildlife.
I love it. I love it. The more I hear about it, the more I absolutely love the opportunity. It's so good. It really is. And listen, this is just a small taste. There's plenty more information, of course, from our dedicated team to talk to you more about any questions that you've got whatsoever. 0800 953 4701. Remember, the Sanctuary Collection is exclusive to Sun and Star Princess. I imagine it will probably make its way out beyond there as well, but we might talk about that and any other gossip in just a moment. First, though, I want to talk to you about us here at Cruise1st and why, when you're booking a luxury tailored experience like this, we're the only place to go.
With 25 years of travel expertise, when booking with Cruise1st, you can be sure that you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We work with all the major cruise lines to bring you the most comprehensive selection of exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and Atoll Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is always safe with us. We make it easy to budget for your dream holiday. With many of our deals, just pay a deposit today and you then have until your due date to pay the balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 7,000 independent reviews. This all means that you can be fully confident when booking your next exciting adventure with Cruise1st.
Lovely. That's us and our team. And call upon us, remember, as the name of our business suggests, Cruise1st. That's what we specialise in. That's what we have done for over 25 years right now, which is incredible. I mean, that time has just gone so quickly. We've been on screen talking together for the last 10 years or so, if you watch us here at Cruise1st, and it's always great to have those really close relationships with the cruise lines as well. So talking about the Sanctuary Collection right now, Joe, you and I have known each other probably all of those 15 years that I've been on TV talking about cruise, and even for you, and you are Princess's number one
I'm
passionate.
like a stick of rock.
You are, absolutely, completely. You are heart and soul Princess. But this must be pretty exciting for you as well, actually, just opening up a brand new door
Listen, I'm so passionate about our old ships. I love Grand Class ships. There's something about them because the crew travel with the ships. And a lot of those guys have also been there like 20, 30 years. So it's their home.
Yeah.
So they have a real homely feel. This is just, I always say I'm northern. It's a different gravy, Derek. It's just completely opened up to new audiences. It's changed the way I see us. It's progressive. Princesses.
Absolutely. It's definitely a step in the right direction as well. And I think a lot of people are, it's funny, isn't it? I think since the big pause in travel and you know what, I think we are becoming a lot more discerning, aren't we? We are actually expecting more. It's funny, like the old ordinaries are not good enough anymore. It's almost like we need to move to the next level. We deserve it.
I think you make a really good point, and I think it's actually that time with our family and friends. We've now realised how blooming important that is, Derek. And if we're going to do it, we want to do it properly, quality, and but still getting value. But amazing we want that time to be looked after. We now want to be looked after and create memories. That's all we want. But in that luxurious level of service, accommodation, food, hence why the Princess Premier package, it just offers everybody that opportunity to not think. Go on holiday and do not think. We will think for you. Let's
talk about these exclusives in the Sanctuary. So we have the Sanctuary Club, of course, which is our outdoor space, which is just exclusive to Sanctuary.
And it is fabulous. Yeah. It's amazing.
And I guess there's food and drink and what we need at hand there
Absolutely.
as well.
An amazing bar. Yeah, it's great.
And let's talk about the restaurant as well, because that's always really nice. And actually, I'm quite surprised, to be honest with you, that the Sanctuary Collection needed a dedicated restaurant in a way, because there's so much amazing dining, which is always so ever popular right the way through the ship, be it the speciality, the casual, or indeed the main dining as well. You never have a problem dining on Princess. So
this is it, isn't it? Now, we've got 215 cabins on board. You've got your own restaurant, plus you've got unlimited speciality dining, which, oh, come on. I mean, if I'm on some Princess, I could go to sushi one night, teppanyaki one night, the steakhouse one night, Sabatini's one night.
And new options that you've never seen on Princess before as well.
And then go to your signature restaurant. So, you know, it is that just exclusive place for you guys to go and eat. And if you don't want to, you could go there for a starter. And then if you want to go to Crown Grill for your steak and then maybe Sabatini's for your dessert. Fill your boots.
But also your options in your dedicated restaurant are like, oh wow, this is here on my menu, like I didn't necessarily expect.
And and the great thing about the Sanctuary restaurant as well is there are exclusives on the menu just for Sanctuary guests that you will not find in the main dining room.
Which is good to have. Should we do another?
Yeah,
let's do another. Let's go all tropical now, shall we? Let's go to the Caribbean. Never any complaints on that one. How about we go just shy of Christmas? Even better. 17 nights start on the 4th of December, and we're flying out to Miami first for a 2-night hotel stay. And boy, do they know how to do Christmas. It will be all decorated up. There will be Christmas trees everywhere. The likes of which you've never seen before. The shops go crazy for Christmas. The attractions and the amusements go crazy for Christmas as well.
We've been in Miami at Christmas and it is intense.
Oh, bonkers.
I love it.
Great time to be there, though.
Love it.
Because, you know, even if you're not feeling particularly festive in the UK, flying out that time of the year, by the time you get there, Miami will soon change it. And then we're on board Star Princess, and we're on board for 2 weeks. Now, if you've cruised Princess before, you'll be familiar with O'Malley's. And actually, the O'Malley's on the Star Princess is going to be a very different kind of affair, isn't it, than you would have seen on one of the smaller ships?
Well, yeah. So O'Malley's in a whole instance, if you've not been there, the vibrancy of that place is brilliant. And I think I said last time, this was for some, but obviously Star's going to translate this over. The food, the casual dining in there is really good. So they do some drunken mussels, which are my personal favourites. Go in, have a pint of Guinness and eat some mussels, and then the onion rings on a big tower. It's a really different proposition to anything we offer.
You could find yourself completely and utterly, you know, you've popped in maybe for a dinner drink, maybe a beer or a glass of wine or a Guinness or whatever, and you could find yourself literally staying the whole evening. And you can, because the entertainment's ever changing. You can eat there. Of course, you can drink there as well. It's a bar.
And when the actual bands come on, the Irish band. They are incredible, and you just can't help but your feet want to dance. Who doesn't love to just go and have a few drinks with your friends? You come out of there with new friends, so you might go in as a couple or whatever, but you come out, it's just one of those experiences that bonds everyone together. It's awesome.
It feels like one of these ships as well, where every time you're journeying from one thing to another, you never quite know what you're going to be bumping into, but it'll always be something
fun.
Yes, fun and lively.
Fun. That's a really good word for Sun Princess. She is fun.
Yeah. And that's what you want, isn't it? I think that the days of this happens at this time and this happens at this time and kind of the clock watching and the timetabling has kind of gone out the door a little bit, hasn't it, with cruising, which I think is
a lot more flexible,
wonderful.
I think. Yeah.
Talking of which, the restaurant for the Sanctuary, do I need to make bookings for specific times?
So if you are, the Sanctuary restaurant itself, no, that's you are flexible to dine when you choose.
When I want to.
But in terms of the speciality dining, we do recommend get them pre-booked.
Oh,
then
you need to.
You know what you're doing, you know where you're going, and you make sure you secure your spot.
Well, and the great thing is, and of course you will do that as soon as you are there, knowing you've got Princess Premier and knowing, right, okay, if I want Crown Grill this time, if I want Sabatini's that time, then I get it booked straight away,
100%.
knowing that they're not going onto the account. Wonderful, because they're included as part of your Sanctuary experience. Yes, very nice indeed. Get ready for the extra calories, but you know what, you deserve them. Right, 14 nights then, and this, remember, is just pre-Christmas. So we go first into Princess Keys in the Bahamas, the private island resort for Princess. 40 acres and 1.5 miles of beach. I think that's all we need to know, really, isn't it? Absolute pure paradise, and so much you can enjoy there as well. Day at sea, we are in Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic. What colourful buildings they are. I wonder what they are. They're lovely. You live island life here in a private stilted bungalow over the water for the day if you fancy, which sounds rather nice to me. Grand Turk is next in Turk and Caicos. There's a scenic drive tour with Princess here, which will take you to the historic landmarks, the famous lighthouse, the wonderful panoramic views around the island. You can learn about the space connections here as well. You have to tell me, I don't know what they are. All I know is there's a space connection. 2 days at sea, we are into Fort Lauderdale because we are doing a little bit of a kind of double itinerary here, aren't we, in a way? So we call into Fort Lauderdale for the day, which is lovely. You can take a tour to the River of Grass here in the Everglades. Day at sea, we're in Cozumel in Mexico. There's a Mayan ruins in Tulum tour here, which would be lovely. Or if you just fancy a nice private beach experience with lunch, that can always be arranged as part of a tour in this part of the world. There are lots of beach clubs. Belize City now. Definitely book up an excursion here because there's so many wonderful things to do. You can cruise along the Belize River, enjoy the peaceful jungle here, see the crocs and the monkeys, and you can view ancient ruins as well. Oh, it sounds like a game, doesn't it? Sounds like one of those games. Roatan is next in Honduras. Anthony's Key is the place to go here for dolphins that you're seeing here in the picture, and you actually can interact with them, but in their natural environment as well, which is lovely. Enjoy the beach and the ocean views as well. A couple of days at sea, and we are back into Fort Lauderdale. I'm glad there are some sea days on this itinerary, Joe, as well, because you want some days where you don't want to be missing out on port and you do want to be luxuriating, lavishing in the whole Sanctuary experience.
And I think this is where Sanctuary Collection comes into its own, because if you want a luxurious holiday, I don't want to have to get up early to go and sit on a sunbed or worry about finding a sunbed. Your sunbeds are there.
Yeah.
So if you want to turn up at lunchtime and have a lovely lie-in or a laze on your balcony or go down to the thermal spa in the morning, you can, knowing you've got your Sanctuary Collection.
I've just thought as well, I mean, the pizzas with Princess, legendary. And I know with Princess Premier, I'm wearing my medallion, of course, so I can use the app to just order the
whatever you want
pizza to the spot that I am.
Correct.
So I don't even have to lift myself off the lounger.
So in the morning, you could order your breakfast to your balcony, take your time, say, go to the spa, chill out, and then at lunchtime you decide to go up to Sanctuary Collection, big comfy lounges there, special towels as well. They have different towels that are luxury and thick up there compared to the normal princess towel. Then you can order your pizza through your medallion. That's all included in Costa Premier as well. Any drinks. You don't have to move. Or to be fair, up there, you are wasted on hand and foot.
Yeah.
The crew up there are sensational.
Might have to come and have a look, you know. Deposits on this offer, by the way, just going back to the tropical Caribbean for a second, deposits of just £399 per person on this trip, and that will lock in the special price that we have for you today. It's the brand new Star Princess. This is for December. This is just pre-Christmas. Includes your flights to and from Miami, a 2-night hotel stay there, and then 2 weeks of sanctuary cruising on the brand new Star Princess around the Caribbean, with your deluxe balcony and the wonderful sanctuary exclusive club area that is just for you, your own sun deck with bars and everything, your own restaurant, so many additions. The full Premier Plus package here as well, which is premium drinks, it's Wi-Fi for 4 devices, crew appreciation, all of your dining, room service, priority theatre bookings, and Princess prizes as well. You actually enter competitions to win prizes every time you go in and out of your wonderful deluxe balcony. It's incredible. Here's an overview of everything that's included here. I have to say, I almost forgot for a second that we were here to show people offers as well, Joe. I'm getting so lost in the whole wonderful world of the sanctuary. And of course, at the moment, as we said before, it's Sun Princess that's already out there. It's Star Princess that's on the way. They're the 2 places you'll find the Sanctuary collection. Do you think there might be a span for it to roll out to other ships in the future?
It is so...
Will it be new ships?
Luxurious, isn't it? So, you know, it's one of those that I can't give too many secrets away. Okay. So I'm going to just go, who knows, Derek? Okay.
That's a diplomatic mind your own business, Derek, and I'll come and tell you when there's something to tell. It's great, though, because actually these are the 2 new ships in the new Sphere class. And this is a new option with Princess as a cruise line. It's wonderful. So if you do like the very, very best of everything, then do absolutely give it a try. Now, our final package to talk to you about from the Sanctuary collection is taking us to the Panama Canal and Aruba and Mexico as well. It sounds very nice as itinerary. Fascinating itineraries with Princess. 22 nights this whole package is, and this is for the 12th of April next year, but we're locking in a great price at a little bit of a very great opportunity today. Now, we'll fly first out to Miami to start the holiday again, and we have a night in a hotel here as well. And I think that's always nice and reassuring, isn't there? Being there a night before, you get yourself the right way round, you get yourself ready for the holiday, don't you really?
I just think it takes the stress away, doesn't it?
Yeah, completely.
And particularly in that part of the world, you want to get on that ship stress-free.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can add more nights, of course, if you want to. Just talk to the team. We can add any number of nights. And then we are on board Star Princess. Now, of course, she's launching in, remind me? October. So you're within the first few months of cruising again. Which... It's wrong to say it, but it's like another badge, isn't it? Almost like I was here first season.
I must admit, I was on in March and on Sun Princess. Yeah. And just being one of the first, I was almost in the cabin going, nobody slept on my pillow. Yeah. It's kind of that whole feel of that not everything was so new, and it was just shiny and vibrant and just so it's brand new.
Talk to me about the breadth of entertainment I can look forward to as well, because we don't have like one big kind of traditional theatre venue, which a lot of cruise ships have. It's kind of many and plenty here and there and everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's changed a lot. And I think that's, again, if you're a loyal Princess cruiser, that's been a bit of a challenge for some people because we now use so many more spaces for so many more events. So there is obviously the traditional, put my teeth back in, the traditional theatre, but we also have then the dome space where we can put on different aerial acrobatics. We have the Princess Live, which we're using much more than we've ever used on any of the other ships. But then, as I say, you have your cocktail making classes. Then elsewhere we'll have other events up in Crooners going on with singers, etc. So there's just much more. And I didn't say earlier that I know I've called the ship fun and there's a lot to do. There's still those wonderful spaces that you can get away from everything.
Yes.
And just go and watch the ocean, listen to the waves, see the sunset with a glass of something lovely and cool in your hands, without the crowds. And that's the great thing about Sun. You can get away from everything if you want to.
I love the fact, conversely, actually on the flip side of that, I love the fact that things like live game shows are now happening in the heart of the piazza, because traditionally they would be tucked away in maybe one of the smaller entertainment venues, and you'd have to deliberately kind of know when it was and find the right time. Now you can just happen upon it, and it can be if you're one of the contestants, for instance, for something like Deal or No Deal, oh my word, you're going to get the real TV experience because there'll be like hundreds of people potentially watching.
And they do bring you, so everybody sits around, you buy your tickets for Deal or No Deal, and then the lucky players, they pick out numbers and they get to come up, and with the big interactive screens, you say there's literally 3 decks of people clapping, cheering, and you know, somebody on my cruise, bless him, walked away with 10p. But it sent the roof off. It's such good fun.
It's all the taking part, isn't it? I bet it was great fun. And again, that's a great story, isn't it? The other thing about having a fun cruise where lots of different things happen is that you will have plenty of stories like that to tell. I hope for you it's more than 10p, but it's still a story, isn't it? Let's take our 20-night cruise then. Of course, we're out of Fort Lauderdale, 2 days at sea, and we're in Oranjestad in Aruba. Does that not just look like a wonderful, wonderful haven to be? I don't know what that is, whether it's a shopping centre or whatever, but it looks absolutely phenomenal. A day at sea, we do a full transit through the Panama Canal as well, which is an exceptional experience, Joe, as well as...
Have you done it?
I haven't yet.
I have. And it was just the locks and the work, and you know, as you go along again, enrichment talks.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
The other end, of course, we're in Fuerte Amador in Panama. You can take a gold tour here if you fancy it and visit local gold workshops and find out how the ancient goldsmiths created their work. We have a few days at sea and we find ourselves across in Mexico, in Mazatlan first. Lots of tours in this part of Mexico, well worth seeking out the Golden Zone, and there's lots of history to learn here if you want to as well. I always think, actually, whenever you go to these wonderful Mexican ports, they all have so many different choices. It might be a culture tour, it might be a ruins tour, it might be a luxury beach day. You have so many different choices.
You missed out tequila tours.
Oh yes, tequila, of course, yes, one at a time responsibly, but yeah, great fun to do. We've got a couple of days at sea and we are calling into LA, Los Angeles, rarely a port in the middle of an itinerary, which is quite good. So we have the full day here. You might want to do the Boulevard tour, the Walk of Fame, or just go shopping maybe. And then we've got a few days at sea. We end in Seattle, and that is where we'll disembark and then fly it back to the UK. What a fascinating itinerary. I love it when you start one place and you end somewhere else, because of course you can play around with stays there as well completely. Now we have got an awesome deal here for you. Deposits today available. Just £599 per person today to lock in the price tag that we've got, and it is hot to trot and it will not last for long. It includes your flight to Miami, a 2-night hotel stay there, and then 20 nights of cruising on Star Princess in a sanctuary mini suite. And you've got plenty of sea days on this itinerary as well, cruising through to Aruba, along the Panama Canal to Mexico and LA, ending in Seattle, where you'll fly back to the UK. And remember, your mini suite includes, well, the wonderful facilities on board inside your suite as well, which is lovely. You have all of your dining right the way through the ship included for you, the exclusive Sanctuary restaurant and the Sanctuary Club, full Wi-Fi package for 4 devices, full room service included, priority theatre production bookings, and much more. Let's have a look at the overview for this offer as well. It's an amazing opportunity, I think, to do one of those bigger cruise experiences, one of those that really you see the most incredible sights around the world as well, and doing that in a mini suite where you have got that larger balcony space, you've got the separate seating area, you've got that real feeling of luxury and space and actually calm. I love the fact that the decor in all of these Sanctuary collections was very calm, very boutique, very lovely, but very home from home as well. You think, oh, actually, yeah, I could really get used to this. Like, this truly feels
just
special.
Disappointing getting off, isn't it? For the mini suites on board are they're just stunning cabins. The design this time has been phenomenal.
They are dreamy, I have to say. I got to have a little look around some of them, and I literally wanted to shoo everybody else that was looking out and say, out, this is mine. You feel very kind of possessive over these things as well. You get very, very used to them, don't you? And with so many inclusions as part of the opportunity, this is amazing. I mean, this is
and
so
it's new. I think it's something new for Princess.
Yeah.
We've taken our traditional product and looked at how can we actually make it even better.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done. Sanctuary collection is here.
They're really, really lovely. Honestly, if you want to know anything else, remember we've got our dedicated concierge team on hand 7 days a week. Free to talk to, 0800 953 4701. You will have questions, particularly if you are a Princess cruiser. Okay, what are the key differences here? Please do talk to our team. They've been on board the ships. They know exactly where they are around the world as well. There are many, many more itineraries we could talk to you about. We've only had an hour and it's felt like 5 minutes.
It's actually flown. You said it would.
Yeah, absolutely,
flown.
it does.
I meant to say as well about LA. If you find yourself in LA, we'll task everybody with going to find the Princess sign on the floor.
On the Walk of Fame?
On the Walk of Fame. Princess are inducted and we have our own plaque on the Walk of Fame. So there you go.
Breaking news in the last 20 seconds. Jo, thank you as always. I can't believe an hour's gone so quickly. Jo will be back though to talk some more about the Sanctuary Collection in the future as well. And listen, thank you for your company on this show. The next step is talking to our team, 0800 953 4701, with a dedicated team to talk about amazing luxury travel. I'll see you again very soon.